The final home game for the Connersville Lady Spartans is on TV3. It's the game of the week. Pendleton Heights is the opponent. From Spartan Bowl, the Lady Arabians and Lady Spartans, the TV3 game of the week. The final home game of the season for the Connersville Lady Spartans begins shortly as the girls from Pendleton Heights, the Lady Arabians, come to Spartan Bowl. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Spartan Bowl in the TV3 Game of the Week with Ron Wiley. This is Fran Schoma welcoming you to tonight's telecast. Ron, home game number 10 for the Lady Spartans. It's the final regular season game, so they'll be going for win number 11. They've lost 10, and I know these young ladies that wear the red and white of the Spartans want to play a good ball game.
Oh, absolutely. You know, for the seniors on this team, which is Michaela Taylor and Cheyenne Henry, they want to walk out of here victorious on their very last game here on this historic floor called the Spartan Bowl. So, again, this team, when they came in back on November 3rd when we had their very first game, who would have thought that they would be coming into their very last game of the ball game of the season with only with 10 wins? We thought maybe 3 or 4, but 10 wins. This team is a very dangerous team going to the sectional because they make teams that are much better than they are, or on paper better, look very, very badly. So, you know, let's right the ship tonight and let's get into the sectionals and look very, very good. Very dangerous, too.
How do you win over this Pendleton Heights team? Here are the comments of assistant head coach of the Lady Spartans, Daniel Hafner. Coach, you're taking on a ball game that's got a lot of firepower, so does that mean your defense has to be the #1 key of this ball game?
Yes, it does. They're a good team. Like I said, they have some shooters, they have some inside games, so they have about everything. So we just got to make sure we come out, play like we've been doing with our defense, and just know their personnel. So make sure we close out on shooters. And
you've been very successful in your defense. You've been holding most teams way under their average, so that'll be a key thing tonight. These girls from Pendleton are scoring a little over 60 points a game.
Yes. Like I said, they can score from almost anywhere. They have people that's going to attack the basket. They have post players. They have outside shooters. So we got to make sure we know who's where every time they catch the ball. And like I said, stay down and don't give them any free ones.
They have 5 seniors. How many of the seniors start?
All of them.
Do they? Okay.
So they've been experienced. I think they've been playing, a lot of them, I think, for at least 2 years, if not longer. And like I said, that's where we hope to be in a few years with a lot of our sophomores since we're so young.
With a starting line of all seniors, that means they'll be rebuilding after this year?
Yes. Yeah. Like I said, it's one of those things that a group stays together, and it's kind of weird to see that many seniors on a team. Normally you only get 2 or 3 from each grade.
Right.
And so like I said, when you have a group that stays together and they all been experienced and been playing, it makes for a good season. So, and like I said, that's what they're having right now. So
what kind of a defense have you and Michael come up with to go against these girls?
You better just stay what we're good at. So we'll probably just stay in our 2-3 as much as possible.
Okay.
And like I said, we'll maybe mix it up a little bit depending on how the game goes. So,
have you a chance to see these girls in action, or has it just been film that you've been watching?
We've watched a lot of film, and I think coaches went go watch them live one time. So, but like I said, I mean, you see a lot, and it's kind of nice watching on film because you can rewind and watch plays over again, so you kind of know what they're really looking for, even if it doesn't go there one time. So,
Coach, this is the last home game of the regular season. You've got 2 on the road yet, and then the sectional is just around the corner. Newcastle will be your opponent in the first game. That's a team that the Spartans won during the season over by a point, but they won.
Yeah, we won by a point, and like I said, it's one of those things we got to make sure we get better and improve on some things so we can have another outcome the same. Hopefully then we'll be able to meet up with Pendleton again later on. So
let's go back to the last ball game. There were 40 turnovers in that ball game. The Spartans had 19. The visitors from Franklin County had 21. I know this had to be a concern of yours and Michael's and the coach from Franklin County this late in the season to have this many mental problems.
Like I said, we've been doing extremely well, not turning the ball over. And like I said, our defense has been great. And when we don't turn the ball over, it really makes us a tough team to beat half the time, even if we're not shooting well. But when we just turn it over and they get some free points, it puts us in a hole there, and it's hard to fight back from it. So, like I said, it's one of those things. Good teams are going to average anywhere between 12 to 15 turnovers, and we want to stay in that mark, if not below. And there's been a lot of games we've been below that, and that's really what kept us in the game on a lot of them. So,
Coach, this is our final interview with you on the season. I appreciate you stopping by here before the ball games and talk a little bit about the Lady Spartans. It's been a informative session for me, and I hope you've enjoyed it.
Yes, yeah, it's been great. So
we just got 2 seniors on the team, and I'd like to talk to those young ladies after the ball game, if possible, Michaela and Cheyenne. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep. Thank you.
That's Spartan assistant head coach Daniel Hafner, and the girls we were talking about are the 2 seniors on this team, Michaela Taylor and Cheyenne Henry, and we're going to try to get them on run after the game to talk about their careers as Lady Spartans.
Yeah, you know, I tell you what, they've had outstanding careers. Again, last couple seasons have been rebuilding seasons for the Spartans, a very young team. But, you know, they have passed on their knowledge to this young team, and hopefully next year they'll see some of their fruits, some of their seeds bear a lot of fruit next season.
Let's have the lineups.
Yes, for the Pendleton Heights Lady Arabians, they are led by Lauren Lang. She's a 5'6" guard. She's number 12. She's a junior. Sam Hamill is the other guard. She's a 5'8" senior, number 23. And in the front court for the Pendleton Heights Lady Arabians, they are led by 5'11" senior, number 5, Ashley King. Adrian Phillips is a 5'10" senior, number 32. And Kelsey Burke is a 5'6" senior, number 33. She's at the other forward position for the Connersville Spartans. They are led by Marley Smith. She's a 5'8" sophomore, number 3. She's at one of the guard positions. Michaela Taylor is a 5'7" senior. She's at the other guard position. She's number 10. Cheyenne Henry is a 5'7" senior, number 22. And in the front court for the Spartans is Elise Bottomley. She's a 5'10" sophomore, number 15. And Maddie Gregory is a 5'9" sophomore. She's at the other forward position, number 24.
Okay, thanks, Ron. This Pendleton team has won 16 and lost 3 games. The losses were to Carmel, Hamilton Southeastern, and Pike. The Lady Arabians are averaging 61 points a game. The Lady Spartans are averaging 38 points a game. Defensive averages are 46.8 for Pendleton, 39.3 for the Spartans. These teams have 5 common opponents: Greenfield Central, Mount Vernon from Fortville, Newcastle, New Palestine, and Anderson. Pendleton won each of those games. The Spartans are 1-4 playing those 5 teams. They did win against Newcastle by a point during the regular season, and we talked with Coach Hafner about that, and they'll be meeting in the sectional run.
Oh yeah, you know, I tell you what, you know, it's hard to believe that this is the last game here of the season here at home, and the sectionals is just around the corner for these girls.
The officials for tonight are Jeff Green, Rick Ross, and Seth Lee. We are at Spartan Bowl getting ready for the Lady Spartans and Pendleton Heights. It's the Lady Arabians and the Lady Spartans. It's the final home game again for the Spartans. Ron and I will be back with the tip-off. You're watching the game of the week on TV3. It's Spartan basketball on TV3. Lady Spartan basketball, we are about to begin this game between Pendleton Heights Arabians and the Spartans of Connersville. And Ron, did you get any of those shoes with the lights on them?
I want those shoes. I want those shoes right now. Those are awesome. I tell you what, the girls have worn those for a while now, and I just want one each.
I think we should each have a pair of those, and
I
that
think
would
so.
make us better people.
I think so. It makes it. Well, we definitely won't get lost. Everybody will be able to find us.
I like it though. Really,
Yeah.
That's the Connersville Lady Spartans cheerleaders that were out there with the.
Love that.
Shoes with lights. I mean, they were very colorful. Here we go with this ball game. Girls in green, Pendleton Heights, their road uniforms, and the Spartans set up their 2-3 defense as the Lady Arabians, who score 61 points an average and have 16 wins against 3 losses, are meeting the Lady Spartans here tonight. There's a shot from the corner which is missed by one of the Lady Arabians, and the Spartans get the rebound. Cheyenne Henry will bring it across the timeline. She's one of the seniors on this team and one of the co-captains this evening.
Yeah, that was nice position there to get that rebound there from the Lady Spartan.
China drives on the gal guarding her, then backs off again. The ball comes over to Riley Smith, and nice put up and in. Who got that, Ron?
That was Maddie Gregory right there, getting that nice 5-footer right there.
Yeah, my view was blocked, and I wasn't sure if she handed off. Last I saw, Marley Smith had it, and Spartans get the first points of this ball game. Bad pass by Pendleton Heights, almost saved by a Lady Spartan, but she couldn't quite pull it off, so it will be Arabian ball.
You know, the last game of the Spartans, they played very, very well defensively. Offensively, made a lot of mental mistakes. Hopefully, we got to correct those against sectionals just around the corner. Got to correct these mental mistakes, and so far, Spartans playing very good offensively and defensively.
23 fires long for Pendleton and misses. That's Sam Hamble. She's one of the leading scorers on this Pendleton Heights squad.
Wow, I thought one of the girls went over our back, but no call from the Zebras.
Another rebound by the Spartans. Here's Cheyenne Henry. Spartans in a 1-2-2 offense.
That's unbelievable.
Long shot from way out hits the rim by a Lady Spartan. Ball knocked away by Connersville on the rebound. It's out of bounds to the visitors.
Yeah, Maddie about got the rebound right there. She had nice position, just couldn't hold on to it. Again, I'm impressed so far with our positioning under the boards.
Number 23 is the point guard, Hamill, a 5'8" senior at Pendleton Heights. Another long shot by the Pendleton Heights girl is missed, and the rebound again, the Spartans controlling the boards.
Yeah, I like
Here's
that.
Michaela Taylor bringing it
That's
across the
not good.
timeline. Oop, bad pass.
Oh, it just came out of her
Turnover
hand.
by the Spartans, gives the ball out of bounds to Pendleton Heights, and driving down and scoring on the layup is Hamill to tie the ball game at 2.
Yeah, you can't give them that. I mean, that's just, again, got to.
That's right. I mean, they take advantage, I think, of every break they get and every mistake you make.
Well, that's why they're 16-3.
That's right. They make their opponent uncomfortable, and I think that's a key to winning a ball game.
Oh yeah, I mean, they're you know, again, 16-3. You definitely don't make too many mistakes and capitalize on the mistakes that are given to you.
Henry's shot fires from out for the Spartans, hits the front of the rim. Ball knocked around and finally picked up by Connersville, so the Spartans will keep control here.
Not a good pass.
For just a minute as a Pendleton Heights girl intercepts a pass of the Spartans, but then Pendleton Heights, nope, there's a foul finally called, stopping play.
Yeah, you know, again, that was get both teams made bad mistakes right there, and you know, we got to slow it down a little bit. Again, defensively, we're playing fine, but the bottom line is that we got to play perfect against this team.
Diana Henry commits the first foul of the ball game. Non-shooting foul, of course.
And that's pressure in and of itself, Fran, when you got to play that good against a team that is this good, you know?
This is the senior Layton team, and they've got a lot of experience. There's a girl banking it up and in, Hamill again. And it is 4-2 in favor of the visitors here at Spartan Bowl tonight.
I'd like to know what their definition of over the back is. That's not good either.
It's a pass intercepted. Spartans another turnover, and the girl close-in shot rolls around and finally drops off the rim. Those usually go in, Ron.
I know that right there. I can't believe that didn't go in at all, but that's not good. We
another intercepted pass. These turnovers by the Spartans
trying to do too much.
Not good.
No, not good at all. And again, trying to do way too much.
33 fires from out for Pendleton, misses. That was
nice defense.
Kelsey Burton. Teammate gets the ball, knocked away by a Spartan. Touch last by Connersville. Pendleton Heights basketball.
Yeah, but I tell you what, Bottomley and Henry right there were just swarming that Pendleton Heights player.
Ball inbounded to the player under the basket.
Off us.
And it rolls around, drops off. Fight for the rebound, knocked away by Connersville. Pendleton Heights ball.
Well, I tell you what, a lot of deep breaths being taken by the Spartans as we're just, you know, really getting worn out.
The long pass inbounds for the visitors. 32's got an open shot. It won't drop for her. That was by Adrienne Phillips. And the Spartans grab the rebound. They're controlling the boards really well.
Definitely controlling the board. You can't make bad passes like that. Again, we're trying to force the issue. Got to slow it down. But yeah, controlling the boards, and we're down 2. See, that's
another miscue by the Spartans, but this one they save as Hannah Phillips
got to have
Gets
players.
the ball right.
Yeah, got to have players help. You know, when you're getting pressured like that.
3 fires for Connersville and misses. Marley
Nice
Smith.
rebound.
Spartans grab the rebound. Nice offensive rebound. Number 3 fires again.
Oh, yeah.
This time she hits. That first shot was just a practice shot.
Yeah, I think it was a practice shot, but right there she, she squared up perfectly. And again, that should have went in, but it kind of dribbled around the back, or the rim, got part of the glass, and now we have the lead. So
Spartans up by a point. There's Pendleton Heights on the attack.
Yeah,
driving the lane and walking and stumbling and
walking and stumbling right on that one.
Shooting the ball, but she scored, but doesn't count.
No, not at all. I mean, that's 4 or 5 steps right there. You only get 2.
Spartans ball in backcourt. A little bit of a press being applied by Pendleton. Cheyenne Henry well, she's still in backcourt. They have 10 seconds.
Yeah, that's not good.
There's
not
a bad pass that the press forces another turnover. Spartans give it up.
Yeah, again, that's, I don't know how many bad passes that is so far in the first quarter. We played a little over 5 minutes, and again, not good passes. Surprisingly, we have the lead with as many mistakes as we've made.
Right. Well, they've missed some closing shots, but Ron, these turnovers we talked about the last game we did with the Lady Spartans. The turnovers this late in the season, I know that it's driving coaches crazy.
Oh, absolutely. And again, we have another board right there.
There's another missed shot by Pendleton.
Somebody's got to help her.
And the Spartans have the rebound. There's a loose ball. Connersville gives it up again. East Central drives and scores. A foul called, and here's a possible three-point play coming up.
Yeah, I mean, that just, was good hustle there on the Pendleton Heights player to tap. And, again, when we come across the line, we got to make sure and where all their players are at all times, and let's not be lackadaisical coming across the board.
Foul called on Marley Smith. The girl who scores the rebound scores the field goal first, Burton, and then she goes to the line to get a free throw. So she adds 3 points to Pendleton Heights score, and they're up 7-5.
Good job.
Oh, nice move by
right
the Lady Spartans. They miss on the shot, but a foul is going to be called on a Pendleton Heights girl.
I tell you what, Maddie right there going up straight, doesn't get the hoop and doesn't hesitate when she gets her own board and goes right back up and able to draw the foul. Again, one of the things that we did bad last game was at the line.
She has a couple of free throws coming. The free throw shooter and missing number 24 for the Spartans, Maddie Gregory. Just a sophomore.
We missed a lot of free throws this year.
Yes. Comes her second try. It's up, and this one will drop through. About 3 points for Maddie, and the Spartans have 6 and trail by 1.
I don't know, Fran, if you mentioned during pregame the offensive average for Pendleton Heights, but I guarantee you they're below it right now.
It's 61.
Yeah. They've only got 7 points.
Here's Cheyenne Henry, got an open shot from three-point land, but it won't drop, and the rebound goes to Pendleton Heights.
Yeah, I mean, they're averaging 15 points.
Yeah, this team has a lot of offensive weapons.
Yeah.
I mean, or as you point out, they wouldn't be 16-3. Whistle stops play, and
I'm not sure who
the
they're going to call that on.
Calling. It's going to be on the Spartan, I believe.
Yeah, they're going to call Hannah on that one.
Hannah Gross picks up the foul, but not a shooting foul.
Hannah's one of those players that she gets dirty.
There's a shot by Pendleton Heights, which is missed.
And there's Hannah right there in the midst of it, getting that rebound. We're glad that she's just a sophomore.
Spartans working the ball. A little over a minute left to play here in the opening period. Ball batted out of bounds by Pendleton Heights girl, so the Spartans will have control. Number 3 is leaving the game, Marley Smith for Connersville, and she's being replaced by number 12, Lauren Thompson.
you know, again, going back to November 3rd, who would have thought, as well as this defense, I mean, this defense is incredible.
Well, driving down.
Oh, beautiful job.
Oh, nice layup by the Spartans' number 10, Michaela Taylor. She dribbled right through their defense.
Yeah, and how good our defense is. We need to do things like that to reward this defensive play. We need to, you know, again, start sinking offensively as well as we do defensively. And again, when we get into sectionals, if that happens, we're very dangerous.
Yes. Pendleton Heights commits a turnover, giving the Spartans the ball.
Ooh, nice.
Cheyenne Henry starts to drive the lane, and I believe she loses the ball, and it goes out of bounds to Pendleton Heights.
Yeah, she made a nice move there, but
Yes.
I think she may have faked herself out, and that happens.
Here come the Lady Arabians, down by a point here. A little over a half a minute to go. Let's see if they wait for one. They don't appear like they're going to wait for the final shot, but
there they
there's
go.
a girl driving the baseline, missing.
Yeah, that's finally an over the back.
That's called on an Arabian.
Yeah, that's, you know, unbelievable how many,
That was called on Ashley King. Number 3, Marley Smith, will return to the lineup for the Spartans, and replacing her, she replaces Maddie Gregory. 17.8 on the clock here in the opening period. Spartans with a lead of 1 over Pendleton Heights.
Yeah, that's a reach. And I mean,
there's a Pendleton Heights girl, number 33, going to be charged with a foul.
You know, I like that aggressiveness on that Pendleton Heights player. She, of course, looked at the Zebras and her coach like, hey, I didn't do anything.
And that's Kelsey Burton's first foul, team's third. And there's another whistle stopping play. What'd they do, Ron?
Oh, wow, it was a push away there from Hannah. Hannah, I didn't see it, but Hannah must have used an elbow away from her player. Again, Hannah is such an aggressive player. She's one of, I mean,
yes.
she's the type of player you want on your team, because she'll go after every loose ball. She'll you know, fight for the rebounds against kids that are, you know, much taller than her. But, you know, again, sometimes her over aggressive. If it caught her right there.
1 second on the clock as the Pendleton girl fires. Shot is way short, and we played a quarter here tonight, and I'm surprised the Pendleton Heights team isn't surprised that they trail by a point.
Yeah, exactly. And again, we've seen our team, our defense has played so well this year. Again, going back to the first game of the season on November 3rd, who would have thought that our defense would be this good? And again, got to have the offense in sync as well.
Yes.
We've stayed with them because their defense is very good too. They've disrupted our passes. They have forced a lot of turnovers. So the fact that we're in the lead really says a lot about our girls and how focused we are. We're not letting our mental mistakes keep us down.
Well, Pendleton Heights hasn't played very well at all in this opening period, and I imagine their coach has some words for them as they huddle during this break between the quarters, which is over, and we'll go back to work here. And tonight's first ball game was not a good game for the Lady Spartans junior varsity team. They lost 59-26, as we saw Pendleton Heights hit about everything.
Yeah, they hit everything. I think they threw a
went to the
kitchen sink.
basket.
Yeah, they threw a kitchen sink in there and it sunk in there. I mean, they were just on fire.
Okay, here we go with the second quarter getting underway. Spartans again with the lead. Henry will flip it in for Connersville to Marley Smith.
You know, Pendleton Heights usually, again, 15 points a quarter to average that 61, and they only have 7.
Here's Henry with the ball for Connersville, setting up the play. Number 3, Marley Smith, back to Henry.
You know, and they were able to get inside a lot that first quarter, Fran. They just missed a lot of easy inside shots because, you know, our defense disrupted them.
This is Taylor, has the ball knocked away from her. She starts to drive, picked up by a Pendleton Heights girl, and once again a close-in shot missed by a Lady Arabian.
I mean, that was perfect steal right there, and
shot from deep in the corner by Thompson for Connersville is missed. The rebound is Arabians this time, up court quickly.
Yeah, I think that went off Thompson's hand wrong.
3-point attempt shot missed. Rebound batted away by Pendleton Heights and Spartan ball.
Now, Pendleton Heights has gone a good while, for them at least, of not scoring at all. I mean, if you didn't know that and just turned this ball game on, you wouldn't suspect that they're 16-3. But again, you got to respect that. You just got to keep playing the way you're playing and respect that they are 16-3 and they're able to explode.
We don't know, but
That's unbelievable.
There's a Michaela Taylor, number 10, hitting a 3, and she has 5 points. I was just getting ready to say we don't know for sure, but I'll bet Pendleton Heights hasn't had very many quarters where they scored 7 points.
Oh, I would almost guarantee that.
24 fires long from three-point land, and Maggie Dooley has 3 points for Pendleton Heights.
Yeah, but it wasn't as far out as Taylor's
Play
three.
picking up a little bit. Connersville ball leading by a point.
And you got to suspect sometimes that
There's another loose ball picked up by an Arabian down court, and up and in. Layup will count. Foul called on the Spartans. Possible three-point play coming up for one of the visitors.
Yeah, she, again, nice steal from them. That's twice down this quarter that they've been able to steal, and unfortunately, it's their hoop went in that time.
Fouls on Thompson of Connersville. 15 foul, her first. At the line is 23, Sam Hamill, 5'8" senior for Pendleton, who made the layup and the free throw. That's the second of those tonight that they've had, Ron. Fouled on a layup, so they would go to the free throw line and convert, which sign of a good team.
Yeah, very good team. I mean, that's an all-around team.
They're up by 2 as the Spartans are in trouble, but nice ball handling by Marley Smith for the Lady Spartans. Whistle stops play. Official's going to be calling Adrienne Phillips of Pendleton for a foul. That's her first, team's 4th. Meanwhile, Spartans will inbound. Goes to Smith. She's being bothered by the defender from Pendleton Heights, but moves the ball pretty well. Gives it to Henry. Again,
it seems like there's more than 5 players Pendleton Heights. I mean, they're a swarming defense.
Yeah, I know. A whistle stops play, and the foul will be called on number 23, Hamill. Number 5 on the team, her first. Another non-shooting foul. They keep this up, the Spartans will be at the free throw line.
Oh, yeah, they'll be real soon.
There's a loose ball, and they're going to call held ball. And it will be arrow pointing for Pendleton Heights.
Have to stop them here. Don't want to get it out of hand. I mean, right now it's a 2-point, but it's also there's that feeling on the floor right now that Pendleton Heights is ready to explode.
Number 24 from three-point land misses for Pendleton Heights. That was by Dooley.
And
the rebound by the Spartans. Rebounding well tonight.
Incredibly well tonight. Got to reward that right now.
That's right, with a couple of points here. Or even 3 maybe, who knows?
Oh, I'd like to have 3. I mean, I tell you what.
2 for sure, 3 maybe.
Michaela's been shooting from, 10-point line. I mean, she's way out there.
Yeah, from three-point land, number 12. She must have hurt us, Ron.
Yeah, I tell you what, last time Thompson shot that 3, it looked like it kind of slipped off her hand a little bit, and it was a bad shot. She's a shooter. She's not going to stop shooting.
Puts the Spartans up by a point. That, by the way, is the coach's daughter. I don't think we mentioned that.
No,
so.
Yeah, they're going to call Hannah on that one. That's her 3rd, so she's coming out. Tori's coming in for her.
Number 13 commits her 3rd foul. Hannah Gross. She'll take a seat on the bench.
Tori's just like Hannah. I mean, Tori's one of those if there was mud out there, she'd be covered in it because
she's number 5.
Hard.
She's fun to watch.
Yeah, she is.
Pendleton Heights on the attack. Get a girl in close, and their close-in shots are starting to drop now, Ron.
Yeah, they're getting inside and they're starting to drop for sure. So again, we got to, tighten it up even more.
Pendleton goes up by a point. We're in the first half of play here tonight, a Spartan Bowl on the TV3 game of the week. And the ball knocked away by one of the visitors, so Connersville will have the ball.
You know, somebody has to go help whenever they're surrounded by those you know. I mean,
Right, they get in the corner along the sidelines, and it's not a good place to be.
Yeah, right here. Here's a trap right here. Somebody get open. That's
almost a steal by Pendleton, but Spartans nice ball handling.
Yeah. Again, you know, whenever there's this much pressure, you know, you overthink things too much, and you know the pressure's on you. So you know, ball handling skill is essential right now. Go on in.
Nice move.
Beautiful.
Maddie Gregory takes a assist from Henry. I think it wasn't it, Ron?
Yeah, that was from Henry. It was a beautiful
from
pass.
China, and 5 points for the Spartan Maddie Gregory.
Yeah,
and the Spartans up by a point. It's a beautiful baseline play. Shot from out by Pendleton Heights is missed, and they get one of their few rebounds, and they give it to a girl who fires from the corner and scores. That's number 12, Lauren Landis, who hits for a 3. And it's a 2-point lead for the Pendleton Heights squad. Connersville ball. 3 minutes left to play in the first half. Traveling called on Henry, and it's out of bounds to Pendleton.
That was just good defense right there from Pendleton to force that walk right there. I know people think about forced walk. Well, that's right there. That's it.
Thompson comes out of the ball game for Connersville and comes back in as Michaela Taylor. Here's Pendleton Heights. Spartans fall back, set the defense, no press. Pendleton Heights works a girl along the baseline, and she's pushed from behind as she goes up for a layup. She'll be at the line for a couple of free throws.
Yeah, that was Maddie right there, and she asked what she did, but you know, she made contact. I mean, even though she was the player that was behind, she made the contact, and
that's a 7th foul on the Spartans. Gregory's first at the free throw line, hitting the first of 2 free throws, is Sam Hamill.
Yeah, she looks beautiful at the line. I mean, it just hits nothing but net.
Yeah, she's the leading point maker for this crew from Pendleton. Now number 3, Leone Wilson, a 5'5" sophomore, will enter the game for Pendleton Heights. Team is up by 4 as the Spartans will put it in play. There's Henry walking across the timeline.
You know, still plenty of time to
this is the biggest point spread of the night, Ron.
Yeah.
Nobody's had this much of a lead. Pendleton Heights by 4.
You know, this pressure that Pendleton Heights, again, we got to get somebody over there to help.
Miscue by Pendleton Heights gives the ball out of bounds to Connersville. Ball handler is Taylor. Number 3 is guarding her. Going right around her, and she feeds off. Ball taken by Smith of Connersville out to Henry. Comes over now to Taylor.
Yeah, their defense.
I thought it was a zone defense, but really a man-to-man by this Pendleton team. I thought it was a 2-3 zone there for a second.
You know, it's sort of, well,
traveling called on Connersville. Another miscue by the Lady Spartans gives the ball out of bounds to Pendleton.
I'm not sure Michael liked that call. I couldn't quite tell, but you know, as either saw an extra step or a slide of her pivot foot. And again, it's that you know, pressuring defense.
Pendleton Heights with the ball and the lead in the first half, under 2 minutes.
That's that
turnaround shot is missed. Nice defense by Connersville.
Yeah, very good. That's Gracie King right there in the middle, number 34. She's just a freshman.
Tried to turn around, and yeah, they have a 6'2" girl on this team and a 6'1" freshman.
Yeah.
I mean, they bring some height with them.
And that's her. She's 6'2". Yeah, that's the freshman right there. Gracie King out there. And, I mean, they got some height. But that's, oh, wow, I thought
when finally a whistle stopped play. There was some crazy dribbling over there.
Yeah, I did.
Number 3 is
Michaela fell down, and
right.
Yeah, and I thought the ball was going to go out of bounds, but she had the wherewithal to you know, keep her eye on the ball.
16th foul. That one's on Leona Wilson of Pendleton. So a non-shooting still for the Spartans. Henry will trigger it in for CHS. Meanwhile, I believe we have a timeout called. We'll have a short timeout as Michael Thompson wants to talk things over with the Lady Spartans here as they are about to put the ball in play with a little over a minute to go here in the first half.
Yeah, you know, again, 20-16. It's a 4-point lead by Pendleton Heights, and that's the, again, you mentioned earlier, the largest lead of both teams.
Yes.
And, you know, again, Pendleton Heights is pressing us, they're trapping us, and we got to be able to help the girl that's being trapped. And, you know, right now that's the difference in this ball game is their smothering defense.
Timeout's over. Officials trying to get the teams to break from their coaches, and they finally do. Play about to be resumed. Spartan ball. We've got a chance here to cut into this 4-point lead. Henry will pass it in. As Pendleton Heights sets the defense, Henry looks for somebody open, and finally coming around is Connorsville's Taylor. Whistle stops play.
Yeah, that's on us.
Call a foul on
Marley Smith.
And Thompson of the Spartans.
Yeah,
Michael wants to know what's going on.
Yeah,
I didn't see it, did you?
I didn't see it either.
What happened? Suddenly a whistle sounds, and as the Spartans are trying to put the ball in play.
That's a couple of away from the ball fouls that we've had tonight. And again, being down only 4, we got to be counting our lucky stars.
Yes, absolutely. You're right.
You know, you talk about Pendleton Heights not playing well. Well, we've not played well either. I mean, their defense has been good. That you can't take that away from them. But our defense has been good as well.
Yes. There's a shot from out short by Pendleton Heights. Rebound goes to the Spartans. Up court, Marley Smith, Connorsville with 40 seconds left to play in the opening half. Down by 4. Smith moves the ball.
Watch somebody behind her. Again, that's
dribbles around, goes to Henry. Spartans will set the play for a final shot, apparently. The ball knocked away by a Pendleton Heights girl. It will be Spartan ball.
You know it's pressure defense whenever we're starting to feel nervous. You know, I'm starting to feel like I'm trapped. Somebody's got to get in there.
Ball flipped into Connorsville. Here's number 10, Michaela Taylor.
Yeah, see, that's
bad pass intercepted by Pendleton Heights and driving down for a layup there. Kelsey Burton. Boy, those kind of plays hurt, Ron.
Yeah, they hurt a
5
lot.
Points for Burton.
Yeah, there we go again.
Another steal by Pendleton Heights. Going in for the layup uncontested is Sam Hamill as the buzzer sounds, and what was once a 4-point lead suddenly balloons to 8 points in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, that was just unbelievable. That's their defense right there from Pendleton Heights. It was smothering. We got to get help. We cannot.
Yes.
You know what that trap does is it blocks the view of the girl with the ball. Nobody's helping her out, and you make those bad passes, and that's what's happened, and that's why they have the lead and we don't.
Yeah, the Spartans outscored 17-8 in that second quarter after leading 8-7 at the first break. Ron, you're working on the scoring here. Have it ready?
Yes, I do. For the Pendleton Heights Lady Arabians, they are led by Sam Hummels, 10 points. Lauren Landis has 3. Excuse me, Maggie Dooley has 3. Adrienne Phillips has 2. And Kelsey Burton has 5 for the Pendleton Heights Lady Ravens. For the Lady Spartans, they are led by Michaela Taylor's and Maddie Gregory's 5 points. And Marley Smith and Lauren Thompson each have chipped in 3 for the Spartans, 16 points.
Well, we really saw a pretty good ball game until that final few seconds when the Spartans committed 2 costly turnovers.
Yeah, those turnovers right there have hurt us, and it really hurt us the very last where they took that, where they expanded the lead to 8. Again, we were down 4. I was kind of comfortable with that. I felt like we could make a comeback, but those 2 steals, that that right there, hurts us going to the locker room. Got to get help when we're trapped. Got to get help big time when we're trapped.
I'm sure Michael Thompson will be making some adjustments during halftime.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely going to make some adjustments, but so is Pendleton Heights. And, again, we have to break that trap a couple of times. Once we do that, it will disrupt their defense because, again, that's what's been their saving grace in this ball game is forcing our turnovers, trapping us, disrupting everything. We got to somehow break that, and once we break that, our offense just start clicking.
Pendleton Heights leads 24 to Spartan 16 points here at halftime of the final regular season game for the Lady Spartans. They have a couple of road games, and then they'll be getting ready for the sectional. And as we talked about earlier, they play Newcastle in their first ball game of the sectional. They beat Newcastle here at Connersville. I think it was December the 7th. So it'll be a second meeting for the Lady Trojans and the Lady Spartans. We'll wish them the best of luck.
Oh, definitely going to wish. You know, I tell you, this team is a dangerous team going into the sectional. Again, this team, Pendleton Heights, averages 61 points a game. They're at 24 right now. That's below their average by 13 points. We definitely are a team that you don't want to see in the sectional. Again, if we play that game like we're capable of playing, you know, nobody wants to play us.
Oh, this is a very young team. Two seniors on the squad, a lot of underclassmen.
Very young.
It's been a learning experience, a learning season for these guys.
Oh, it's definitely been a learning experience for the Lady Spartans. And again, when we saw them on November 3rd compared to now, there is a 180. Michael Thompson knows how to get the best out of his team. Kudos to Michael for the job he's done this year with these girls, and kudos to the girls for believing in, and Michael believing in themselves.
Yes.
They have improved so much. Again, we want more than 10 victories. Obviously, you want to win every game.
Sure.
But these kids, I'm very proud of where they've come from when we saw them on November 3rd.
Halftime of Spartan Bowl in this ball game with Pendleton Heights Lady Arabians leading the Lady Spartans 24 to 16. We will be having here on the TV3 Game of the Week the second half coming up shortly. A reminder that you are watching Lady Spartan basketball on TV3. Second half about to get underway here at Spartan Bowl tonight. It is Pendleton Heights Lady Arabians leading the Lady Spartan of Connersville 24 to 16. Ron, during the halftime, they introduced the coaches and the players of the elementary teams, the girls, in grades 1 through 6. I counted 55 young ladies out there.
That's nice.
That's a great feeder system for the middle school, and then in turn, when they get to high school, these young gals are ready to play basketball. So it's quite a sight.
Future Lady Spartans, we'll see them on this floor here in a few years, and Michael Thompson, of course, is excited about that. And, you know, again, this game right here, Pendleton Heights had a 20 to 16 lead with about 10 seconds to go, and
you know, it's nice. It's nice they honor those people because the volunteer coaches, I mean, they give up their time to work with these youngsters and everything. Meanwhile, the Spartans inbound as we begin second half of play. Desperately need a basket here as they trail into the top half of the free throw circle. Lady Spartan dribbles.
Whoa, coming right at you, friend.
Almost got a basketball here.
Yeah, I almost hit you right in the skull.
We'll have to give it back. Or
yeah, we don't get to keep them.
No
like
souvenirs, no.
Yeah, that's
this is a nice pass, though.
Yeah, if you would have caught it, you should have dove for it.
I didn't realize it was coming until it hit beside me. There's another turnover by the Spartans, and Pendleton will move the ball into front court, up by 8 points. Underneath, number 5, they work the ball to her, and Ashley King lays it up and in. She's 5'11" and a senior.
Yeah, that was just a perfect pass inside, and Pendleton Heights is on a nice roll right now.
Yes,
from
10-point lead.
Beautiful job.
Well, it's an 8-point lead. That's a nice move by the Spartans. Marley Smith takes a pass as she drives the baseline, went up and lays it up and in. She has 5 points so far tonight. Spartans within 8. Right now, the Pendleton team working the ball around. Number 23 is their leading point maker, and she makes things go here.
Yeah, she sure does. But you're right, you know, 33, she's right on her heels. She's a little spark plug as well.
That's right. They move the ball pretty well. Long shot from out, number 12. That is Lauren Landy's 6 points for that girl. Plus the timeline comes
nobody's moving
in traffic, and that defense of Pendleton Heights forces another turnover.
Michael's not liking that at all. He's want to know how that is traveling. He obviously, Michael has a different definition than the coaches do. I didn't quite see what had happened on that. But again,
Pendleton Heights basketball up by 11 points. Number 23 drives around the defense. Ooh, what? Didn't she walk? Or
yeah,
did
I thought she walked.
Adrienne Phillips goes up for a layup anyway, and
Yeah.
then no whistle, so the points count. She has 4, and her team has 31. And now a whistle stops play. Number 12 will be called for a foul. This is Landis of Pendleton Heights committing the first foul of the second half. And inbounding Connersville, their end of the court.
Hey, what, this 13-point lead is huge, but it's not insurmountable. If we play like we played the first quarter and a half, we can come back. Again, it's
Nice
just being
move.
patient.
Going in for a shot, missed, fight for the rebound.
Wow.
Finally, Pendleton Heights. I thought there was a couple of fouls called in there, but the ref didn't see it that way.
No, he didn't at all.
Here is Pendleton Heights on the attack. Work the ball underneath. Girl fakes her defender. Oop, misses a shot. Foul called.
Call Cheyenne over on that, pushing over the back.
Pushing foul going to be called on Cheyenne Henry. That'll be her second, I believe.
You know, this is a very, 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 very physical game, and Mike's going to get. Mike goes, timeout. I thought, I was worried.
Once a timeout,
I was worried that they were going to
Michael
team
is not.
up.
I have not seen Michael Thompson smile for a while.
No, he has not.
I mean, he has been in conversation with some of the officials.
Yeah. He was in Pence's face, and I thought for sure he was going to get teed up when he threw the whistle. I thought, my goodness.
I thought the official had that call, that look on his face, I thought.
Yeah, I did too. I was worried. I thought, oh my goodness, Michael's getting teed up. But he said timeout. And I thought, okay, that's the good tee we wanted to timeout. Michael's not happy with the way that
No, he's not.
Yeah, there's a lot of physicalness. It's not being called.
The official will give you one warning.
Right.
And then after that,
you're teed up. I didn't see him give a warning there, so Michael's safe. But yeah. But again, it's the pressure of Pendleton Heights. It's the pressure that they've been putting on us defensively.
Well, you can see why they have the record they have.
Yeah. I mean, without question. I mean, they are still under their average.
Oh, absolutely.
Without question. So we're doing a great job. We just got to. That first bucket we had in this quarter. I mean, we were able to calmly break the pass and caught Marley streaking and to get an easy bucket. We need those types of offensive series. Let's not panic under that pressure.
It's Arabian basketball at their end of the court. Spartans set the defense. Spartans need a stop here, as you often say.
Yeah, we need
get the ball and score. Well, here's a turnaround shot.
Wow, that was a great shot.
It was a 32. Nice shot. Adrienne Phillips. 6 points for Adrienne, and 33-18 is the lead. Spartans trailing, work the ball. Henry has it. Out to Taylor. Michaela starts to drive, bumped by her defender, but no foul called. And now in traffic momentarily is Connersville Smith, but she gets away and works the ball over to Henry. There's Sienna.
Getting these long passes have, again, that's where they've intercepted a lot. We got to get some help.
Here's Taylor work the ball for Connersville into the corner. No shot attempted by Bottomley. Feeds off instead. Here's a baseline shot.
Oh, wow.
That will not go for a Lady Spartan, and the Lady Arabian brings the basketball out.
Yeah, Maddie, I mean, that you want her to shoot that shot. I mean, that 10, 15 foot, that's her shot all night.
33 fires from the corner and misses. That shot missed by Burton of Pendleton, and the Spartans with the rebound up court. Half of this third quarter is gone. Shot from the
nice.
baseline is missed by Connersville.
Well, Maddie
rebounding is Pendleton Heights. Up court go the Arabians. Driving the baseline, number 12, feeding off to a teammate.
Yeah, went off Cheyenne.
The ball is bounced off of a Spartan, and it will be out of bounds to Pendleton Heights. Lauren Thompson comes into the game for Connersville and Hannah Gross.
If you watch, I thought, what happened there? That
I don't know what.
Yeah, maybe they're definitely. I mean, that was a clear walk. I'm shocked. Even one of our girls, you know, called
Spartans
for a
have
walk.
the ball, and overguarding foul called on Pendleton Heights. Foul will be charged on Phillips. That's her second, team's second of this second half. Meanwhile, the Spartans inbound.
Somebody's got to help
Henry
her.
trying to finally finds an open player to pass the ball to. Connersville sets up the play. Shot from out is missed by Connersville. Spartans have only scored one basket here in this third period so far.
Yeah, we scored 2 points in the last, you know, almost full quarter.
There's a shot from out, a three-pointer by number 32, Phillips, and she has the hot hand here. She's at 9 points. I thought she had more than that, Ron.
Just 9 points for her, and you know, when you're playing this good defensively, you don't get to call it off the glass.
They have doubled the score on the Spartans here in this game at Spartan Bowl. Connersville loses the ball momentarily, but keeps possession. Here's Henry into the corner. A shot is missed by Connersville's Gross. Fight for the rebound. Girls on the floor. Held ball called.
Now their ball, of course, we got the arrow now that they have the ball. Definitely, without question, got to settle down offensively. We're not making good shots at all.
Maggie Dooley, 24, comes in for Pendleton, and going to the bench is number 12, Landis. Meanwhile, the Arabians bring it across the timeline, set up the play.
Nice.
Got a girl open along the baseline, but she can't get the shot away. Feeds off, and number 33 fires long. Burton, shot missed. Teammates grabs a rebound. Finally loses control, and it's out of bounds, Connersville. As hitting the floor and losing the ball was Burton.
She may have got
Plainfield. She's shaken up a little bit, I think. But she'll stay in the ball game as the Spartans will put it in play, and Pendleton falls back on defense. No press. A little over 2 minutes to be played. Henry starts to drive the lane. Has the ball knocked away from her. Loose ball picked up, and scoring is Hamill of Pendleton. 12 points for, her name is Samantha apparently, but she goes by Sam. There's a steal by Pendleton Heights.
We stole. Good
Stolen
job.
right back by the Spartans.
And good job.
Scoring and fouled as she lays it up and in is Michaela Taylor.
Yeah, you know, again, we got it stolen, and you know, we stole it right back. Was able to get inside. Hopefully, this is a spark where we can make a little bit of a run. Obviously, we're not going to get the 18-point lead here at the within this half, but we can start chipping away right now.
Taylor is number 10. Where's number 10? 5'7" senior. One of the two seniors on this Lady Spartans team. She has a free throw coming. And misses. Rebounding is an Arabian. The visitors set up the play. Out in front in this ball game.
That's right back at him.
Girl underneath who lays it up and in, who scores and is fouled, and that's Sam Hamill.
And again, Hamill, you know, she's perfect on her free throws, and that's how you are 16 and 3. You know, you execute a play like this, and you make your free throw.
Taylor commits the foul.
And then you try to go after the rebound.
Miss. And whistle stops play, evidently.
Yeah, she knew she missed it.
Pendleton loses the ball out of bounds. Connersville will inbound.
Hamill, she missed her shot and crossed the line too soon. She knew she missed it when she shot.
Oh, okay, that was the problem. Okay, up court, Connersville. No press this time. Driving down, losing the basketball is the Spartans. They drive into traffic and they lose the ball. And it's Pendleton Heights throwing it away on a long pass that goes into the stands and out of bounds, Connersville.
Again, 1:23 to go. You know, it's again, chip away at it some more right here. Got to score.
Connersville up court. Here's Taylor. Works over to Gross in the corner. A three-point shot is missed by Thompson.
Nice rebound.
Rebounding is Connersville's Taylor, but another steal by Pendleton. And lays it up and in is number 23, Hamill. She's at 16 points.
And she's had a lot of those
Connersville will
inside like
take
that.
a timeout with under a minute left to play here in the third quarter.
Yeah, she's had a lot of inside shots like that. Again, I can't count how many steals that Pendleton Heights has, but they have stolen from us a lot tonight. You know, we may have controlled the boards early on, but you know, it means nothing whenever we get the ball and we turn it over or they steal. Again, you know, we have some combination of mental mistakes and also combination of forced turnovers, and they're forcing a lot of turnovers.
Well, we're really bothered by their defense.
Yeah. This is a you know, perfectly executed defense. I mean, they're trapping beautifully.
Yes.
If you want to learn how to trap defense like this, you watch these girls.
If you want a lesson in defense, huh?
Yeah, I mean, they're absolutely unbelievable. I mean, just unbelievable.
Oh, they're good.
Yeah.
I mean, these gals are tough, tough basketball players.
Yeah, and they're able to execute. I mean, that's what they do. When they force a turnover,
Yes.
you know, you pay for it.
Yeah,
I mean,
they take advantage of it
yeah.
right away. Spartan ball. Final minute of the third period. Spartans really having a rough third period. There's another pass intercepted by the Arabians. 23 fires, misses for Pendleton. That's shot by Hamill. Rebounding Spartans, fast break, nice play, laying it up and in, number 24, Maddie Gregory for Connersville. Maddie has 7 points in tonight's game. Quickly up court, the Arabians.
You know, and I like how, you know, the follower from the Spartans, well,
Shot from way out is missed, but a
Yeah.
teammate for the Arabians grabs a rebound, puts it up, and it's missed. And the rebound this time goes to Connersville. Quickly up court, Spartans firing long and missing is number 12 of the Spartans, Thompson. Rebounding is the Arabians, and
she didn't hesitate at all going inside Hamill.
This is crazy basketball. man.
Yeah, unbelievably crazy basketball.
we hear a buzzer that ends the third period of this ball game, and Pendleton Heights went from 24 points to 42 in that third period, and the Spartans went from 16 to 22.
Yeah.
Not very good.
No, not very good at all. Again, very good if you're Pendleton Heights, the way that
Yes.
they play defensively, and again, they turn over and they execute with those turnovers. I mean, that's how you win ball games right there. That's why they're 16-3. And you know, again, I was kind of thought, hey, they're way below their average, but they're getting close. I mean,
That's right.
I mean,
61's their average.
Yeah.
So they're within firing range of that one.
yeah, they scored what was it, 17 the second quarter, 18 this quarter, so they're due for 19,
Yeah.
which would put them right at their average. You know, again, we talked earlier in that second quarter when it was very, very tight that, you know, they can explode at any time, and almost on cue they just started taking over this ball game, and it started with their defense.
They force a turnover. They score on the turnover. Their percentage is very high on scoring on turnovers.
Absolutely, and that, again, that's why you're 16-3.
That's right.
We can talk all day long about, well, you know, maybe we played bad, but Pendleton Heights has played good. I mean, both sides of the ball.
Yes, both ends. Inbounding Connersville. We start quarter number 4. Tori Bostwick, the ball handler, feeds off from the corner. A shot short by Connersville, and the rebound to the Arabians. Number 23, who does a lot of damage, has the ball, but she feeds
she
off
does.
to a teammate who puts it up and in and scores. It's by Phillips. 11 points for that young lady, a senior, 5'10", Adrienne Phillips for Pendleton. Down court, Bostwick tries a shot, which is missed. Put up by Connersville, miss. Rebound is lost by Connersville, out of bounds to the Arabians in backcourt.
Yeah, the Spartans, again, not being able to get inside and make those shots. It just is a testimony to, you know, what kind of game we've had tonight.
Connersville on defense, driving the baseline and putting a shot up, missed. Rebounding Connersville this time. Here come the Lady Spartans.
Yeah, again, that's not been a problem, you know, getting the boards.
Hannah Gross, the ball handler for Connersville, almost out at midcourt. There she tries a pass, and there's a bad pass by Connersville. Boy, we've seen those tonight.
Yeah, not a good pass at all. Again, there's frustration setting in with the girls,
Yes.
and you know, and that's what happens when you have that type of defense. You have you know, the frustration sets in. That's what they want. They want to get in your head, and
Yes, it wears you down.
oh, it definitely wears you down. I mean, if you look at both teams, our teams, we're the ones who's gasping for air a whole lot more than they are.
Yes.
A whole lot more. You know, when you're in control, you breathe easier.
Arabians set up the plate and got a nice steal by Connersville. Fast breakdown for Taylor. Lays it up and in.
Foul. Good job.
And fouled. Nice play by Michaela Taylor.
Yeah, you know, she went in there, didn't hesitate at all. Felt the pressure from number 3, Jaden Brown, or I'm sorry, Leonie Wilson, and you know, it didn't detour Smith at all, or I'm sorry, Taylor at all, as Michaela just kept driving and went right in.
Shot up, good. 3 points for Michaela Taylor. She's at 10 on the game so far. Pendleton Heights puts it in play in backcourt. Here come the Lady Arabians. Number 3 fires long
That's
and hits.
crazy.
Little 5'5" sophomore just fires it up there one-handed.
Yeah, that was, wow, and it hit nothing but the bottom of the net right there. I didn't even think it hit the net.
Nice shot by the girl. There's a shot by the Spartans from out. Taylor missing, and the rebound goes to Pendleton Heights. Phillips. She starts up court. Ball batted away by Connersville, so it will be the Lady Arabians keeping control.
Yeah, very, very, very.
There's a girl coming into the ball game.
You know, very, very tired look on the face of the Spartans right there when they're standing there. And again, lots of deep breaths.
And sophomore into the game, Nyla Lulis, who is 5'5" and a sophomore at Pendleton, is into the ball game. Her teammates setting up the play. A long shot. 3 attempt missed from out. Turnaround layup is missed. Foul called.
Bottomley on that one.
Lise Bottomley commits the foul. And her first, team's third in the second half. At the free throw line, number 32. Phillips misses.
Yeah, one of the rare.
Yes, you don't see that very often.
Well, actually 2 in a row now, because Hamill was at the line last time and missed.
Second one starts down and spins out. So a couple of free throws missed by the Pendleton crew. Up by a huge margin here in the final period.
Yeah,
Spartans
very big.
working the ball. Cross court. This defense of Pendleton has gotten better as the game's gone on.
Without question has gotten better. And you know, and I mean, no let up at all.
No. No, once they get you down, why?
Yeah, right there.
There's Henry being double teamed, but she finally gets free and passes off to a teammate. China takes a return pass, fires it. It's a 3.
Yes. You know, good to get her on the snide. That's her first 3 of the ball game. Don't want to send her out of here scoreless.
That's her first points in the ball game?
Yeah, shocking as it is.
It is, yes.
Yeah.
Wow, there's a nice feed to a Pendleton girl, and Loomis lays it up and in. They go up 49-28. And the Spartans will walk it across the timeline. These girls look tired, Ron, to me.
Oh, yeah, very tired. I mean, yeah. Well, again, when you're pressured like this, you're mentally tired, you're physically tired.
Yes.
There's been a lot of, you know, physical. Good
job. Nice shot put up by Michaela Taylor, a 3. 13 for Michaela tonight.
Yeah, again, there's been a lot of, you know, very physical play inside that's worn us down, too.
32 fires long.
Well,
she hits a 3.
What they can do, apparently they can do better.
I think every team is happy she's a senior.
Yeah,
they play.
Absolutely.
She has 14 points, but she's a good player.
Yeah, she definitely is, and we're glad to see her get out of here.
Right.
Wow.
Go to college and bother somebody.
Yeah, right. I thought that was off, but yeah,
There's
apparently it was off bottom.
loose basketball. It will be the Arabians putting it in play. They're making some lineup changes here as they have a comfortable lead.
Geez, now that's their smallest lineup.
That's right. This is Aubrey Dragan. She's a 5'11" freshman.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
she still has room to grow.
Yeah, she's got a lot of grow, but then that
Shot missed
25
by
over
Pendleton.
there.
Spartans grab the rebound up court. Here they come. There's Henry losing the ball again. Down court after getting a loose ball and going up for the lay-in is Gracie King, another freshman. They've got her at 6'2", but she doesn't look 6. Well, I don't know. Maybe she is. They say 6'2".
Was that Gracie?
Yeah, Gracie King, right? I think, unless they've changed numbers on us.
Yeah, well, they have different numbers.
Yeah. There's a shot put up and in by Lady Spartan.
I didn't know who that was.
I didn't.
Marley Smith.
Okay.
That's what Larry said.
33 points for the Spartans. Unfortunately, they're behind in this ball game. With a little over 2 minutes to go. Firing long is a girl from Pendleton, which shot is missed. The rebound, Connersville up court. Spartans number 3, Marley Smith, loses control of the ball, picked up by the Arabian.
Marley looks worn out.
Oh, nice steal by the Spartans. Michaela Taylor drives it down, scores. She's having a good game.
Yeah. She's at.
What's she at? 15?
Yeah, she's at 15. I was adding it up there. I can't add quick enough.
Now a minute and a half left to be played in the game, and it is Arabian ball, number 3. Leonie Wilson is into the corner, falls down.
Oh, good job.
Called for traveling, out of bounds, Connersville.
You know, the way that their defense has played against us and just really mentally drained us is why our defense has gone down, as our seniors are coming out. You know, for the last time here on this bowl, they walk out of here.
Yeah, they get some applause. It's well deserved.
Oh, definitely well deserved. I mean, these girls are going to be missed.
Spartans put
Taylor.
the ball in play. Here's Lauren Thompson.
Oh, yeah,
driving along the baseline. A whistle stops play. And call a foul on Aubrey Wiggins, I believe it is. A non-shooting foul. Spartans will inbound their end of the court.
That's off. Ooh. Yeah. Thought we went off that. And I tell you, Maddie thought it was off her too.
I think she started. She headed for the other end, didn't she? The official call ruled though it was touched last by an Arabian, so it comes into the Spartans.
That's a 3-point play.
And number 12, Lauren Thompson, tries a 3-point shot, which was short. She missed, but she'll be at the line for 3 free throws.
You know, they have, that's 3 for her.
A little over a minute remaining in tonight's ball game. Free throw by Thompson. Number 1 is missed. Has 2 more coming. Second shot up and missed. Has 1 more. Fires and misses.
Wow.
3 free throws missed by Lady Spartan, but the rebound goes to Connersville. A fight for the ball. It's knocked away. Touched last by Pendleton Heights, so Connersville ball. Triggering in will be Jessica Beckman, one of the sophomores on this team. And that Pendleton Heights girl almost intercepted the pass, knocked it out of bounds. Connersville will have possession. 1 minute to be played in tonight's game, and a pushing foul called on Leonie Wilson of Pendleton.
Yeah, you know, going into sectional, things that we need to work on, free throws. Got to work on our free throws.
Yes, that's the 17th foul, so the Spartans will be at the line. Tori Boswick will have a free throw, and if she makes it, she'll get a second attempt.
Yeah, we've missed a lot of free throws tonight.
Yes.
Good
This
job.
one is good. High arching shot. She'll get a bonus now.
Let's go ahead and make it right here. Let's get another one.
Fires
That's a high,
up.
very high arch. Whatever works.
Right, whatever works
Yeah,
for
whatever
you.
works.
Keep doing it. She
Yeah.
makes both free throws.
So got to work on our free throws. Got to work on patience.
Yes.
And not letting this defense like this, because I'm sure we may see teams that are much faster than we are, and again, play with poise.
Pendleton working the ball as the clock counts down to just over 30 seconds remaining.
Wow,
nope, they're not going for it.
No, they're not. Wow,
Well, I thought they were going for a last-second shot, but they weren't, as they work the ball into number 35, roaming the baseline, and Nyla Loomis gets a layup. She has 4 points
That's
off
bad.
the bench.
Yeah, we'll find out how. I mean, Pendleton Heights up. They're up 19, so maybe they want that 61 points. They'll probably try to go for the next 20 seconds.
They need 5 to hit their average.
Yeah, they'll try it.
Let's see if they can do it. They might in 15 seconds. Who knows?
Yeah, it'd be crazy if they did, but hey.
Number 31 is the ball handler for this crew from Pendleton. Wilson. Now there's the final buzzer ending tonight's ball game, and the tough loss by the Spartans as they give up 56 points to his Pendleton Heights crew, and the Spartans are held to 37 tonight, which is pretty close to their average of 38. But you score your average, you got to keep the other team from scoring theirs.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. We definitely.
That's right.
We definitely got a lot of things to work on as we get into the sectional play. Lots of things to work on.
For Pendleton, number 17 in the win column, and for the Spartans, number 11 in the loss column, and they have won 10 with a couple of ball games remaining. They meet Rushville and East Central to close out the season, and then will be in sectional action at Greenfield, meeting Newcastle in the first ball game. You have some scoring, Ron?
I think I do.
Okay.
I think I'm all over the place with the Pendleton Heights Arabians, simply because they have different numbers for some of the players. But
yes.
For the Pendleton Heights Lady Arabians, they were led by Sam Hamels, 16 points. Leonie Wilson had 3, Ashley King 2, Lauren Landis 6, Maggie Dooley 3, Adrienne Phillips 14, Kelsey Burton 5, Gracie King 2, and Nyla Loomis had 4 points for the Pendleton Heights Lady Arabians. For the Connersville Spartans, they were led by Michaela Taylor's 15 points. Going to miss seeing her on this floor. Marley Smith had 7, Tori Bostwick 2, Lauren Thompson 3, Cheyenne Henry, going to miss her as well. She had 3 points, and Maddie Gregory had 7 for the Connersville Spartans.
Okay, Ron, thanks. By quarters, it was an 8-7 game with the Spartans ahead at the end of the first break, but they fell behind in the second quarter. It was 24-16 at halftime, and after 3, 42-22 was the Pendleton Heights score over the Spartans, in the final again 56-37. Our director tonight, an instant replay, John Roberts was our scoreboard and sound fella. On cameras, Megan Murphy, Joe Minry, Jacob Bentley, and Devin Hamilton. We hope to have 2 seniors here with us in just a few minutes here on our telecast. Our next telecast, boys basketball, will be when they meet the Centerville Bulldogs here at Spartan Bull. That'll be coming up on Connersville's TB3 game of the week. Again, the final score here tonight was 56-37. Pendleton Heights wins over the Connersville Spartans. We'll be back in just a minute or so here, talking with the 2 senior members of the Lady Spartans. You're watching Spartan basketball on TV3. We're here on the floor at Spartan Bowl talking to the 2 senior members of the Lady Spartans basketball team. These young gals have just played, I don't know if I ought to say the final game here at Spartan Bowl. You guys aren't going to cry on me, are you?
I don't know, maybe.
Number 10 is Michaela Taylor. Number 22 is Cheyenne Henry.
Hi.
Well, this is a tough game tonight. Hey, there's this crew from Pendleton Heights. They put a lot of pressure on you guys.
Yeah, I would say so. I don't think that we made a lot of mistakes, but we did some good things, and I think that when sectional comes, we can compete with them.
Cheyenne, what did you think of tonight's opponent?
I think Pendleton Heights is definitely probably our best opponent that we played all year. They definitely put a lot of pressure on us and caused us to make a lot of turnovers that we shouldn't have.
You really had a pretty good half, but that third quarter, their defense really came alive.
Yeah, definitely. They outscored us by like 18 points in the third quarter. If you take away the third quarter, then we're pretty much there with them.
Well, let's talk about happier stuff. What was your best game, Michaela?
My best game?
Yeah, right.
I don't.
Who did you like? Who'd you like beating the most?
Oh yeah, definitely Newcastle. 1 point, but that's a win. So.
Hey, you play them in the sectional. Who knows?
Yeah, I look forward to it.
Cheyenne, how about beating Richmond? Was that a good feeling?
It was definitely a good feeling because my sophomore year we got beat by them by 6 in the sectional finals, and that was a really tough game for us. But this year coming back and being able to beat them was definitely very exciting.
Okay, why do you guys? How come you guys like basketball so much?
Well, for me, I don't know. It's been in my life forever, and I would say like I wasn't ever good at basketball when I was a kid, but then I don't know, something happened, and I just love it.
How come you like it so well, Cheyenne?
My dad he played basketball in high school here at this gym. He was on the varsity team for 2 years, and I think he definitely instilled a love for basketball in me.
You guys play any other sports?
No, I don't. I only play basketball.
And?
Me and her, she played track for 1 year, and I ran track for 2, but then we gave it up so we could spend more time with basketball.
Okay, talk about your teammates. These are all underclassmen. What's your hope for these young ladies that will be playing basketball next year?
I think they're going to be a good team. I think that they're going to get better, and I really look forward to coming back and watching them. They're going to get better, and we know that.
Cheyenne, do they look up to you? And I know you want to set a good example.
Yeah, actually I have a story. On our senior night, we have books that we leave up at the top of the bowl for all of our teammates to sign in the crowd. And one note stuck out to me in particular. There's a girl that I'm really close to on the team, and she wrote in it that she hopes that when she's a senior that there's a girl that looks up to her as much as she looks up to me, and that was definitely very nice to hear.
Yes. So what's your advice to an underclassman?
Oh, definitely enjoy the season when you have it. You know.
Cheyenne, what's your advice to the younger gals?
Don't take anything for granted because it blows by.
I know you guys are honor roll students, so you must hit the books. How do you put book needs and basketball needs, Michaela?
Sometimes it's hard, but usually I lose a little sleep at night. But
Okay, and what about you, Cheyenne? What's your best subject?
My best subject is probably science. I plan to go to school to be a physical therapist because I enjoy taking science classes so much.
Okay, you're going to college too?
yes, I'm going to continue my basketball career at some school.
Okay, fine. And are you going to try to play basketball, Cheyenne?
No, it's definitely hard, but I'm going to be closing this chapter of my life.
Okay. How long have you been members of Lady Spartans? Did you play reserve basketball first?
4 years. Well, I sat varsity freshman year. I didn't really get to play that much, and then in middle school I started playing in 4th grade. But.
Okay, so you've been at it for a while.
Yeah.
How about when did you begin playing organized basketball?
I started playing basketball in kindergarten, and yeah, I played in middle school, and then when I came here, I played JV for 2 years, but varsity for 2.
Okay, what was your first basketball team's name?
My first basketball team was at the Boys and Girls Club, and it was, I'm not really sure who we represented. I feel like it might have been Maggie's, but that was a long time ago.
I know. And how about you? What was the first team you played for?
The only thing I remember is that we were purple, and yeah, we were purple.
Hey, girls, thanks a lot, and you've given the Spartan fans here a lot a lot of thrills over the years, and we want to wish you the best in the future as you graduate from CHS here in June and on to college. And Michaela, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Cheyenne, thank you much.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
That wraps it up, folks, from Spartan Bowl tonight. We've been speaking with the two senior members of the Lady Spartans this year, number 10 and number 22. Cheyenne Henry wears number 22, and Michaela Taylor wears number 10. For Ron Wiley, this is Fran Schomel, thanking you as always for watching Spartan Sports on TV3. Good night, everybody.